The next group of phrases we're going to look at are called gerund phrases. So whenever you use the present participle of a verb, so that's that ing form again, as a noun, not as an adjective. You know, it's a participle phrase as an adjective, but when you're using it as a noun, it's known as a gerund. Okay, they are used the same way as any other noun. They can be the subject of your sentence, the direct object, or the object of a preposition. So, example as a subject, dancing is fun, flying is scary. Flying and dancing are both the present participle of the verbs dance or fly. Here, however, they're a noun. Dancing is your subject of your sentence, flying is the subject of this sentence. Used as a direct object, I enjoy reading. So, I is the subject, enjoy is your verb. What do you enjoy? Reading is a thing. So, it's a noun here, even though it's the present participle of read. I love running. I is my subject. Love is my action verb. What do I love? Running. That's a thing that I love, running. And so it is a noun in the sentence. Before going to bed, he turned out the lights. Okay, so in this case, this is the object of a preposition. Before going to bed. So here it is being used as the object. She avoided him by walking on the opposite side of the road. By walking is your prepositional phrase, with by as your preposition, and walking as your object. Okay. So a gerund can also be followed by modifiers or objects. Then it becomes a phrase, just like participles do. Okay. A gerund phrase always begins with the gerund. You should see a pattern here. Prepositional phrases begin with the preposition. Participle phrases begin with the participle. Gerund phrases begin with the gerund. Okay, the entire phrase functions as a noun and acts as the subject, object, or complement in the sentence. So here are some examples. Blowing bubbles on a windy day is a fun activity for children. So in this case, blowing is our gerund. Okay, it is the subject of your sentence. But by itself, it wouldn't give us a whole lot of information. Blowing is a fun activity. So we have a phrase, we have words that follow us that help fill in the gaps, define what we mean a little bit better. So bubbles in this sense is the direct object. It's like, what do you enjoy blowing? Bubbles. And then on a windy day is a prepositional phrase. It is modifying blowing, telling us when you're blowing the bubbles, right? So this whole thing, blowing bubbles on a windy day, is the thing that is a fun activity for children. So the whole entire phrase is the subject of your sentence. Ethan narrowly avoided driving off the cliff. So here, Ethan is our subject, avoided is our verb, narrowly is an adverb, modifying avoided. Okay, what did he avoid? Well, he avoided driving off the cliff. So this is your gerund phrase. It begins with the gerund driving. That's the thing that he was avoided, right? And then off the cliff is where he avoided driving. So it is a prepositional phrase modifying driving, and the whole phrase is functioning as the direct object in the sentence. Jessica really enjoys bothering the neighbors with loud music. Okay. So this is what she's enjoying, okay? And then the neighbors are the direct object for bothering, and with loud music is a prepositional phrase. So modifying bothering as well. So this whole phrase is functioning as a predicate noun. And then as the object of a preposition, the kids were excited about eating birthday cake. So kids is your subject, were is a linking verb, excited is your predicate adjective. About eating birthday cake is your prepositional phrase. Cake here is not the object. Okay, eating is your gerund. Okay, so they were excited about eating. That's the thing they were excited about. What were they going to eat was the birthday cake. So this is functioning as your direct object to eating. The whole phrase is functioning as the object of the preposition, with eating being the gerund itself. For your homework, what I would like you to do is write a sentence that includes a gerund phrase. Not just a gerund, but a gerund phrase. I want you to identify the phrase in your sentence. Okay, I want you to identify the gerund itself. So you can see how I've italicized the gerund and then underlined the phrase, right? So I want you to identify the gerund itself, the whole entire phrase, and then tell me what is it acting as. Is it the subject in your sentence? Is it the direct object? Is it a predicate noun? Or is it the object of a preposition?